not that one. Magic Dust. This was the destroyer of the first dueling tournament on the Classic WoW demo for BlizzCon. Do you remember whenever people kept using this on each other for like hours? Yeah, that was great. What a good game.
Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. With Classic coming out, I thought it would be appropriate to do another video in my tips and tricks series, this time exclusively for Classic. The game as a whole is much more unregulated compared to current, so there are a lot of nifty things
That's a really
that
good
you
word
can
for
do
it. I like
to
that
make your
word a
life
lot.
a bit easier. First up, we have mob separating. Inevitably, you'll be questing or grinding, and you'll be faced with a group of enemies that you might not be able to solo.
Do you remember whenever I soloed Yowler? Do you guys remember that? It was like the third day of Classic Beta where I went in there and I soloed Yowler. Yeah, I don't remember that either. Nope. I had to get 2 people to help me kill Yowler. He's a non-elite. And I still couldn't fucking do it. It's embarrassing.
But luckily for Classic, you can separate any group of enemies.
Okay.
If you keep hitting just one, the others will eventually head back to their spot, as long as you don't hit them. Over the years, they've added hard limits to how far mobs can run, or they'll just stick on you like there's no tomorrow, but in Classic, you can use this little trick to whittle down large groups of enemies.
Or maybe pull a mob all the way to Stormwind.
That you can get at low level that are quite vital at level 60.
Is this it?
One of them is the Hydro Cane, which gives you underwater breathing.
Dude, I had this till like 80,
that
man.
Your breath timer is much shorter in Classic compared to current, and with some quests requiring you to do some spelunking, it can get pretty tight. This staff is a lifesaver, and because it's a weapon, you can simply switch to it when you're just about to run out of breath, and then switch back to your normal weapon, so it's not like you're sacrificing other stats really.
I need roll on this every time I do it.
Viscous Followed boss in Nomuragan, which is a level 30-ish dungeon. The fastest way to farm him is to drop down right here on this giant gear, and he'll be patrolling around this room. The staff itself has around a 30% drop rate, so it's not too bad. Weapon skills are a thing in Classic.
I need rolled on that every single time. My group got mad because there was a mage in it one time and I need rolled on the staff over him. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't even have any stats on it, but he still wanted it. I said, fuck you, it's mine now. And I need rolled on it. I think they kicked me out of the group or something. But I actually had 2 of them at one point because I thought if one of them broke, it wouldn't give me the effect anymore. So I had 2 Hydrocanes.
Each
stealing
weapon
loot?
has
No,
a
it's
skill
not
attached
stealing.
to it that you need to level up.
I just needed
or else your
it.
enemies will just parry you over
That's
and
all.
over. It can be pretty time consuming, especially if you're a warrior or something.
Oh, it's
and you
so
have so
dumb,
many
dude.
weapon types
It's
to
so
level.
dumb.
Well, tip 1 is that the intellect stat actually increases the speed at which
So
you level
fucking
your
dumb.
weapons. A lot of people forget about that,
Oh, here we go.
but the real tip lies in the Badlands. In this zone, there are these servant mobs, and these are actually part of a quest. At low health, they become target dummies basically, and you're supposed to use a quest item to finish them off.
Oh, yeah, I
and it was
forgot
actually
all
common
about
back
those.
then for hunters to drag these mobs to Ironforge just to troll people.
Yeah.
However, you can use your immortality to level your weapon skills really efficiently.
That's actually really
Just
smart.
get them low and go AFK while auto-attacking,
What the
and
fuck?
come back to 300 weapon skill.
That's a really good idea.
Another essential item is the Jungle Remedy. On use, it cures diseases
Holy
and
shit.
neutralizes poisons. In the current game, there would be some text saying that this is ineffective on diseases and poisons past a certain level, but again, with how unregulated Classic is, this is still 100% potent even at level 60. It drops off of the Cursed
rogues,
Witch
by the way.
Doctors,
Fuck
Medicine Men,
rogues.
and Head Shrinkers located in the northern Stranglethorn Vale.
You guys remember those dick-sucking medicine men? You get them down to 30% health, they cast that 1.5 second heal, they go all the way up to full health again. And let's say here's the best part about it. There's 2 of them. So you get one down, you interrupt the cast, then the other one starts casting. So fucking ridiculous, man. It was the worst goddamn area in the game.
At about a 30% drop rate, and they'll be extremely vital for PvP. Crippling Poison, Viper Sting, Serpent Sting into a Vanish if you're a rogue. And even in PvE, there's some really harsh diseases that this thing can cleanse.
Okay.
I remember on my Paladin, if I was in Ironforge, people all the time would ask me to cleanse some random disease that they had, because they could last up to an hour back then. For any Warlocks out there, you'll find that soul shards are of course present in Classic. You get these by draining the soul of an enemy when they die, and they're needed for various spells, such as your Soul Stone, your Health Stone, Summon, and even damaging spells such as Shadow Burn and Soul Fire. They can be troublesome to farm.
I remember whenever I realized that Soul Fire was like an 8-second cast or some shit, and I spent like I finally got a cast off on it, and it didn't even do that much damage. I was fucking furious. I was so fucking mad, man. Like I don't know. I think all about these things. Yeah, 6 second. Well, oh, I was only 6 second, man. Think about a 6 second cast in WoW. That's like an hour.
You only get them from appropriate level enemies, which at level 60 limits your options. One of the best spots in the game, though, can be found at the Ravenhill Cemetery in Western Duskwood. If you use your Detect Invisibility spell, you'll see a bunch of high-level ghosts wandering about, and they make for a really quick soul shard farm. They're close to the Zul'Gurub raid, and also the Blackrock Mountain, which of course holds the Molten Core and Blackwing Lair, so it's a convenient location as well. And one last thing to say is that for any Alliance out there, the fastest way to get there isn't through Darkshire, but rather just going east from the Sentinel Hill. And another item that can be really handy is Dartle's Rod of Transformation, which for the most part is a vanity item. It turns you into a full bulk for a few minutes until you get hit, at which point the effect will dissipate, but it's really useful for mind games.
I have like a ton of these like old items in my bank.
You get glowy hands whenever you cast it, so paladins and priests can often bait out interrupts by using this without fear of being locked out.
Yep.
Trust me, it does work. Not everyone has a cast bar add-on.
Look, I'm telling you guys, the big vanilla brain, okay?
It is Alliance only, and you can get it from a quest chain called Rain's Cleansing.
Yep.
That starts from the NPC, Rain Wolfrunner, located right here in the Ashenvale zone. Just make sure that you stop at the part where you get the rod,
the same thing with Hearthstones,
of course. And here's another oldie, but a goodie.
The Ghetto Hearth?
If you finish a dungeon run and you find yourself without your Hearthstone up, you can implement what is known as a Ghetto Hearth maneuver.
Oh no, you leave. That's right.
After 60 seconds,
and it ports you back to
your Hearth location. And if you're the leader and you still want to do this,
dude, I totally forgot about that.
Before leaving, and it should still work.
Holy shit!
And for any fishers out there, in Classic, there exist two
Show the old items
fish.
You have. I can after this if people want.
Which can only be caught between the dates of September 23rd to March 19th.
Nobody gives
and
a
the
shit
summer
about
bass,
this.
which you can get
Nobody
from
gives
March
a shit
20th
about this.
to September 22nd.
This is only
the
for
winter
an achievement.
squid is the more sought after one, since it's used for the grilled squid consumable.
Nobody
which
gives
is the
a
best
shit.
agility food. And the bass is used for spirit.
Nobody
which
cares
is still
about
handy,
spirit. Spirit's a
mainly
useless
for priests
stat.
who want to save some gold, because there are some better
Completely
options for
pointless.
spirit food. So for gold making, if nothing else, make sure that you pay attention to when these are on and off season, and you can make some extra gold by selling off-season fish. Classic launches on August 27th, so you'll have less than a month to catch the summer bass. And once the 23rd of September rolls around, it'll be unavailable for 6 months, which may be an opportunity to score some easy gold.
Okay.
And next, we have another useful item, and that's the Magic Dust. This puts an enemy to sleep for up to 30 seconds, and any damage caused will awaken the target, and only one at a time. Once again,
this is the most annoying fucking item in the
usable,
game.
Even on
they came from the Defias guys.
Basically a free
not
CC
Defias,
for any class.
the little swirly boys.
You get it from the Dust Devils patrolling around.
Very, very important break there.
Westfall, so a bit easier to farm for Alliance players, and it's going to be a must for PvE and PvP. It drops at a 50% rate, which isn't bad at all. And lastly, we have a tip for any Alliance players out there.
That's good.
In the Hillsbrat Foothills zone, the Horde have a quest to summon an undead necromancer named Hellkiller.
Oh yeah, he killed me.
It's a bit dangerous for them, as they have to go to the South Shore graveyard.
Yeah, I remember that.
But in return, he'll terrorize the low-level quest hub for a short while.
He sure will.
He's a level 44 elite.
I fucking hate this idiot.
What's special about him is that he always drops a green item guaranteed.
Really?
As a result, he's really lucrative for gold farming.
Holy
especially
shit.
during the launch of the game, as there will be plenty of Horde going through the quest to summon him. So you can just camp his spawn if you want some easy gold.
Wow, I had no idea about that.
That's about it. I do have more, but I think 10 per video is a good point to stop. I'm sure some of you experts out there knew about some of this stuff. But like with most of my guides, these are mainly aimed towards beginners, so hopefully it helps someone out there.
Dude, these are actually like really good tips.
On the next part pretty soon.
These are great tips.
I hope that you found the video helpful, Like it if you liked it.
Show your old items in the bank.
Peace.
Okay,
Farewell for now, mortals. We hope you enjoyed today's video. See you again soon.
That was a good video. That was a great video. Mad Season always produces quality content. That's a very big true.